What is up, y'all? Welcome to another live stream. What is up? Feeling good tonight, guys. The week is half over. Having some awesome times at work and having some awesome times in the fish room. Things couldn't be better. So, the only thing that sucks right now is it feels like it's like 100 degrees in this room right here. So, yay. What is up, everyone? Hopefully everyone has had a great week so far. I've had a busy week both at work and at home, but I'm here and looking forward to tonight's live stream. So let's go ahead. On Wednesday nights we don't go any longer than an hour because Dan's Fish goes on right after me. So I'm going to get right into the chat and see who all's here. And remember, tonight, Wednesday night, is a Q&A type live stream. So ask me anything. If you're new to the channel, ask me anything, as long as it's not off base or anything like that. If you guys have any questions, ask away. We do have one that came in today on my Instagram, so I'll get to that here after a while. But yeah, let's get right into it. Welcome everyone to the live stream. We got Daryl Deemer here. What is up, Daryl? We got Peter Thiel. What is up, Peter? And then they hung out for a while, and then Mr. B's Fishing Things. Brandon is here. What is up, Brandon? Welcome to the live stream. We got Pam from 54 Punchy here. What is up, Pam? Nice to see you. I'm really glad that you're off on Wednesday nights most of the time now, so you can get here and have some fun. Chad Krotz is here. He says, hey, howdy, y'all. First time on this channel for me, wanted to check it out. Well, welcome to the live stream. We do this every Wednesday night and Saturday night. The Wednesday night one, I'm trying to, this is like the third one, trying to do mostly, if we can, Q&A type stuff. And then the one that we have on Saturday nights is just a free-for-all. Sometimes on Saturday nights we go 2 and 3 hours. Most of the time it's an hour and a half. I only promise like an hour, and then I kind of take a look and see how many people are here. If we're holding quite a few people, then we'll go ahead and go longer. But yeah, Saturday nights are the long one. The one where you just want to go and chill with the fish fam. And welcome, though. It's nice to see new people. Welcome to the live stream, Chad. All right. Then we got Mortal Slayer 82. What is up, buddy? Let's see here. Then Tampa Tom's here. Yo, what is up, Tampa Tom? Charlie's here. What is up, Charlie? What is up? Aquatic Ma's here. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see you. Petsotics is here. Multiple aquariums. What is up? Mary RNH2O is here. Hello, Mary. Welcome to the live stream, guys. We got Devin Peppers. Hey everyone, I finally make one. Yeah, I've been missing you, buddy. Nice to see you. Heather Nielsen is here. What is up, Heather? Nice to see you. Candy Overalls is here. Welcome, Candy. Let's see, who else? 808 Tank is back. What is up, 808 Tank? Nice to see you. Oddball Aquatics is here. Can't hang around. Thought because phone is still dying. And have more water changes. Yeah, I've got water changes coming up too, because we're halfway through the week, and yeah, I've got some water changes coming up. Corey's Aquatics is here. Welcome to the live stream. Nice to see ya. Dwayne Kitchell's here. Welcome, Dwayne. Nice to see you, buddy. Let's see. Dank Tanks is here. What is up, Dank? Love that video today, buddy. Let's see here. Who else? Sean Crabtree is here. Hello all. First time on the stream. Welcome, Sean. Really nice to have all you new guys here. Really appreciate it. We do this twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and we have a lot of fun. My live streams I've been doing them since January. Tonight's number 49. So Saturday, I'm going to try to do something special. 50 is kind of crazy. It just snuck up on me. But when I started doing them, I think at the end of January, beginning of February, somewhere around in there, they've just always went really good. So nice to see you guys. John Bedker's in the house. What is up, John? Welcome to the live stream. Pleco Whisperer's back. What is up, Pleco Whisperer? All right. Vinoxky Tanks is here. What is up, Vinoxky? Nice to see ya. Oh. Jeremy from Sergeant Tank Pets is in the house. What is up, bro? Nice to see ya. I've been creeping on some of your old videos. I'm getting ready to bring in my summer tubs, and I was taking a look at your auto drip system that you got going, and I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on that, if you still recommend that way of doing it. I think that's how you still got yours going, so I was studying on your videos over the last few nights. So welcome to the live stream, Jeremy. Nice to see you. Let's see here. Did I miss somebody? Seems like I missed somebody. Hit that like button, people. See y'all laters. Have a good stream. Thanks a lot, Oddball Aquatics. Really appreciate your support. Let's see here. So we got 38 watching. All right. Lumpy Dog is in the house. Warning, pressing the like button causes extreme euphoria. Try it. What is up, Jeff? Welcome to the live stream. Friday Fish Facts is here. What is up, man? Nice to see ya. Devin Pepper says, yeah, sorry for missing them. Have been working at the same time as the streams. It happens. I thought that I would slow down really slow this summer, you know, with everybody being busy and everything, but I was able to keep my same schedule, and I've had a really strong summer, you know. You know, some people have to work every once in a while, and some people have things going every once in a while, but yeah, one of these days everybody show up all at the same time. This winter is probably going to be pretty interesting, whenever we all become, you know, cabined up, or whatever you call it. All right. Anybody got any questions? We're at the bottom of the chat. Tonight is Q&A. Ask me anything, guys. Anything that's not crazy. You know, nothing too majorly crazy. I guess my white balance isn't set very good on this camera, but if you guys look over my shoulder, I've got a cucumber on a fork, and you probably can't really tell, but there's a big old fat female bristlenose on there. She's white, so you can't hardly see her. But before I started the stream, it was in the middle of the tank, and I reached down in the tank to move it back there, and she stayed on the cucumber while I had my hand over her body and moved her over there. She was really digging that cucumber. But she laid a great big giant clutch of eggs for me the other night. I mean, it was her first time too, and it was crazy. I bet it's 75 eggs, or somewhere around in there. So Candy says, I'm skipping dinner for your stream, Jeff, so I didn't miss another one. Thanks, Candy. Yeah, it's kind of hard to ever get a time that makes it for everyone. If I go too late in the night, my UK people can't make it, you know. Dougie from Bald and Dangerous, he's at 99% of my streams, and when I go at 9, it's like 3 a.m. for him, but whenever I go at 7, it's like 1 a.m., but he still comes, everyone. He's not here yet. I actually haven't heard from him today, so hopefully he's doing well. Let's see here. Mem is here. Hey, I'm your new friend. Great live. Welcome to the live stream, buddy. We do this every Wednesday and Saturday night, but welcome. It's nice to see you. Tampa Tom says, Jeffro, whoopsie. Every time I read his comments, it happened last live stream too. Tampa Tom says, Jeffro, which one of your tanks do you watch the most? I would say I watch them all the same, all except for sometimes when I go to lay down, the last tank that I shut off is that 55-gallon back there. And I would say sometimes whenever I lean down to shut it off, I kind of just lay on the edge of my bed there for a little bit and watch those platies, because there are some wild colored ones in there that are kind of just created. So I do sit there and watch that one quite a bit. but I really stare at a lot of my tanks. I'm one of those that likes to really evaluate all my stuff that I've got going on, all of the fish and stuff like that, and I have a lot of time on my hands at nighttime to do so. So when I'm doing water changes, I'm just focusing on them all, so I don't know. Yeah, I would say probably pretty much all of them equally, but that one, sometimes whenever I'm getting ready to lay down, that'll be the last one that I'm shutting off, and I just lay there and watch it for 15 minutes or so. So, Tanks says, hi, new friend. Lumpy Dog says, hey, Jeffro, what is Dank going to talk you into keeping next? Well, he's all the time trying to talk me into anything. Yeah, so there's no telling, Jeff. There's no telling. Dwayne Kitchell says, Jeffro, what got you started in fish keeping? I would say that my mom and dad would never really give me a chance to have aquariums when I was growing up, other than maybe I had a handful of goldfish bowls whenever I was growing up. And I would always ask for them, but I don't know if my mom and dad were afraid of aquariums. Maybe we had some when I was younger and it didn't go good that I don't really remember or something. But whenever I got out on my own, I moved out when I was 17. When I got out on my own, one of the first things I did is I got an aquarium and I got some live-bear mollies. And then I had another tank that I had some tiger barbs and different things like that go with tiger barbs. And I would say I've just always loved nature. I've always been like a hunter and a fisherman, and I've always just loved nature. And aquariums just always chilled me down, you know. I can sit and just feel really peaceful watching an aquarium, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. I love to do things with the fish in the aquariums, you know, the maintenance. I love it. I love doing this YouTube channel too, but yeah, I would say that's what got me into it, is the love for nature, you know. Charlie says, Jeffro, what's up with the tubs? Well, the tubs are pretty close to being empty right now. The guppy tub maybe has like, you know, 1 or 2 shrimp left in it. Just maybe a handful of guppy fry that are just hard to catch. And then the other tub, I'm still grabbing an endler here and there, and I don't know how it happened, but I did grab a guppy fry out of that tank this weekend. But I've got them filled still. I did take all the rocks out and put in here for the black shrimp, because the black shrimp that I split up out there, they didn't really do any good. I mean, there wasn't more. You know what I mean? Like, I thought that they would really go crazy out there this summer, but I might have not got them out there early enough. So I don't know. But anyhow, I brought them in, put them in this aquarium, grabbed a few more black shrimp out of the black shrimp tank in there in the fish rack, and then added the rocks into the back of this aquarium. That way they've got a rock pile in there, because it's full of guppies now, and it's full of super red bristlenose babies. So the tubs, right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bag up some rainbow tiger endlers, some black shrimp, maybe like 5 of the fantasy blue dreams, and then a bag of snails, and then maybe 5 to 10 of the albino bristlenose, and take into my LFS this weekend and you know, get some cash. And then I'll take a little bit of the cash and buy a couple of heaters, because he's got the type of heaters I use. And I'm going to right now try to do a test on how long, with the setup that I've got out on my back porch, how long I can go before things start freezing up, before temperatures start getting crazy, with heater help. So get some heaters in there and get them, you know, set to like 72 degrees or something like that, and see how long this fall I could go. That way next year I can gauge where they're set up, because I know that I can start them in June, and I know that I can go till September for sure. Because, you know, like yesterday was 90, you know, today it was like in the high 80s. We've had a lot of rain this week, but it's still muggy and humid and warm. The water temperatures aren't dropping too drastically, so I could have kept them in till now, but if I could maybe put the heaters in and drag it on till the end of October or maybe the beginning of November or something like that, I don't think without burying them I could go all winter. But right now they're setting empty, and I'm going to do a little test with some heaters to see how long I could go with them. Yeah, that's where we're at with them right now. I think I'm going to order some plants and get some plants going for the tubs for next year. And then whenever I do bring them in, what I'm going to try to do is do some rearranging in my basement, downsize on my basement. Like, I've got a bunch of old stuff that I could get rid of, like for scrap. Like, I got a bunch of old metal, old wheelchair parts that I can get rid of. And I can consolidate down, move my deep freeze over to the other side, and paint the walls and paint the floor really good. You know, get one of those slip resistant sprinkle type systems where you paint the floor and then you sprinkle that stuff down to help keep it from being slippery. And I think I'll bring them in and maybe even move my fish rack downstairs, or build another fish rack but build it to where they drain, and maybe start working with some you know, auto drip and drain type systems. You know, I'd really like to get into that and make for a good little video too. And then yeah, either expand or at least rearrange. I think I could get, you know, probably, I was thinking today, I think I could get like 90% of my fish rooms all together. And that brings me to another question that I got on Instagram today. Kevin Kingery, I think is who it was. He asked, and if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, right down here at the bottom is my Instagram. I am very active. I do for sure one post a day on Instagram. I put polls on there asking you guys things to kind of help me know what's going on, you know, with my channel, yada yada yada. I post updates there, and you can hardly ever forget about a video that I've got online if you follow me on Instagram and you're on Instagram at least once a day. Alright, so Kevin Kingery asked, do you prefer many fish rooms or would you rather have just one? Well, right now my fish rooms are all spread out. Like in this room I've got 30 set up right now, and in this room I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 in this room, and then I've got 14 in another room, and then I've got 6 in another room, and then I've got 2 in another room. So they're all spread out throughout the house. The one thing that I was thinking about whenever he asked this question was, one nice thing about it is I don't always feed at the same time every day or anything like that. So sometimes if you get carried away in busyness throughout the day, when you're walking through one part of the house and you see the fish rack, you're like, oh shoot, I need to feed the fish. I haven't fed them today. So then that reminds you, I need to stop what I'm doing, feed all the fish. If they were all in one room, yeah, it might be one of those type of deals where you might be getting ready to go to bed and be like, oh shoot, I forgot, I gotta go down and feed the fish. So I don't know, it would be nice to have them all consolidated. When I was at Jeremy's, it was kind of nice to see that he just had to walk over here or walk over there, and I've got to walk all over the house. So yep. Shawisky is here, Jimmy is here. He says, what's going on here? Nice to see you, Jimmy. Nice to see. I'm sure you made it back, but I couldn't tell. But looks like you had a really good time. I've been catching up on all your videos from Hawaii. Nice to see you, buddy. Yeah, it looks like you had a really good time. Friday Fish Facts asks, do you keep dither fish with bristlenose you're trying to breed? I have fish in every one of my pleco tanks that I have, and they don't bother the plecos at all. I've got a video coming out. It's the longest video that I've ever put up on YouTube. I try to stay away from the longer ones. I've had some subscribers tell me they like it, and then I've had others tell me they don't care for the longer ones. They like the short and sweet ones. But this one I could not help. But I've got a Pleco video that's coming up that is 30 plus minutes long. Um, it was like this challenge where I challenged myself to try to get these plecos breeding within 48 hours, and it was this tank right here. And there's fish in there, and those plecos never even could tell that the fish were in there. And you know, my super red tank, there's all kinds of fish in there, and they breed every month. And my commons back there, if you guys didn't see on Instagram this week, they finally spawned, and I got those things in February, and they were only like an inch long in February when I got them, and this is what, September, but it was in August, so it was like they're like 7-8 months old, somewhere around in there. So that was pretty good. I was pretty pleased with that. But yeah, I like to keep dither fish with the plecos because, like, my L183s, they were in that tank by themselves for probably 2.5 months, 3 months. Ever since I brought them here, they were by themselves. They were wild caught, and they were quarantined for 2 months for sure. I think I got those things in April or May, and they were quarantined for like 2-3 months just in an aquarium all by themselves with some wood and some caves. But they were always just nocturnal. And then whenever I made this aquarium that they're in now, the 40 gallon, you know, they were alone in there for a long time. And all of a sudden one day I had to move some inlers down there. I've got an all-male inler tank, like the red bars, and I moved them down there, and it was like within like 2 days, those L183s started coming out like crazy. So I recommend dither fish. I kind of came across it by accident, but Aquatic Ma says, I'm eating cucumbers, and then it disappeared. I must have been really, really way behind. I feel bad for you. Something. Bum, bum, bum. Oh my goodness, you guys are having a ball. So, angle was fire. Okay. Charlie says Dougie won't be on tonight. Boy, I was really far behind. Goodness gracious. So did anybody ask me any questions that I missed? Devin says, any idea or tips on how to hatch mystery snail eggs, and at what size do plecos start to breed bristlenose? Well, the mystery snails, I've never kept those, so I'm really not up on those. The only snails I got right now are the Malaysians. I got the Malaysian trumpet snails. I got ram's horn. I've got some assassin snails, and then I've got those bladder snails, pond snails, or whatever you call them. But at what size do plecos start to breed? Somewhere around the 4-inch mark, somewhere around in there is whenever they're getting to the point where they're getting close. 4 to 5 inches, somewhere around in there. I think at full grown, they get up to like somewhere around 6 inches. So I would say the 3 to 4 inch mark, somewhere around in there. But I'm sure it probably has a lot to do with how much you're feeding and all kinds of different things too. But yeah, it doesn't go by age at all. It goes by size. You know, some of them mature quicker. Every one of my plecos are eating on a big old chunk of cucumber right now. And when I saw Aquatic Ma say that she was eating cucumbers, I feel bad for not sharing with the catfish. Yeah, I really love cucumbers too, and whenever I was cutting those, they were fresh. I just got them at the market yesterday. Yeah, they smell really, really good. Bob from Steamfod Aquatics is here. What is up, Bob? Nice to see you. Let's see here. Let's see if we got any more questions. I keep fish to watch them. Definitely. Definitely. Dun, dun, dun. He's just getting his beauty sleep tonight. Well, he deserves a night off from my stream every once in a while. Poor guy. Let's see here. What did Lumpy say? Did Lumpy say something funny? I missed it. Man, Dank was really delayed saying that. I wish everyone would have frogs. I must be really far behind. I'm trying to look for questions. It's like having a piece of nature in your room. It's so cool. Couldn't agree more on nature thing, Jeffro. Yep. So I am tons behind. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Okay, here's a question. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. People are already answering. People are already answering her question. I would think they should be okay, girl, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, and with angelfish, I haven't kept angelfish in a long, long time. I have a 4-week-old angelfish fry, but I have to leave them for 36 hours. I'll feed them before I go. Hope everyone will be okay. How long has anyone left fry alone? I left some fry alone for 3 or 4 days not too long back. They had a great big chunk of Java moss in there. And if you've got some kind of Java moss or something like that that is established, that has been established for a while, there is a bunch of little microorganisms down in that Java moss that they can eat off of. But I don't know how that would go if you've got your other angelfish in there with them. I mean, I'm assuming that you've got your angelfish fry pulled out. But if you can just throw a chunk of Java moss out in one of your tanks in there or something, you should be good. That's what I would say. PSPR Paranormal Pursuit is here. Hello, Jeffro. What is up? Welcome to the live stream. When will you get some pics of your tanks? Okay. Tampa Tom says, Jeffro, do you have any monster fish? I have got one piranha. I don't show him on the channel. It's my son's fish. That's the only predator I have. Sometimes these plecos act like predators, but they don't have teeth or anything like that, you know. But yeah, we do have a piranha. We don't ever show him on the channel because it's just a piranha. No scaping, no nothing really in there. Just a piranha by himself. I'm sweating in here. Let's see. Yeah, you can't really. I don't ever show any kind of predator feeding or anything on my channel, so he doesn't make the channel very often. I do have some crayfish too, and they never make the channel. They're just kind of, you know. I don't think my views would do very good on a crayfish video. So, okay, let's see here if we have any more questions. We are almost at the 30-minute mark, which that is crazy. It's going by quick. These Wednesday night streams go by so fast. Bentley Pascal is here. Greetings, folks. What is up, Bentley? Nice to see you. Tonight's live stream is Q&A, so if anybody has any questions, you never know. What is up, M Howie 9? I see ya. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Groomer Girl says 54 punchy. That makes me feel better. A family wedding. What are you? Okay. My question for you, Jeffro. What fish do you not have currently that you want to have, pleco or elsewise? Boy, I want to get some longfin white cloud minnows. I want to start messing around with those a little bit. I think that they would really do good at my LFS, and I think that they would be a lot of fun. Like, they look really good in a planted aquarium too. Their reds kind of, you know, and then the way their fins and everything flow. So I'd like to do that. And then as far as plecos go, I'd like to get some leopard frog plecos, and I'd actually like to do like a community pleco tank. I think I'd like to do that this winter. Start picking off one or two here and there. The only issue with that is you got to quarantine each one of them individually when you buy them and stuff. But I've got quite a few aquariums. I've got like 4 aquariums that are empty right now too, so I don't think I would have any problem. I've always got cycled media, so I'd like to do some kind of a pleco community aquarium. I haven't ever had any hypancistrus, so like when it comes to like a leopard frog or like a zebra pleco or like those king tigers and things like that. I'd like to get into that and get like a long tank or like a frag tank. I've got this one frag tank that I've been eyeballing on Craigslist that's like 360 gallons. It's like huge. It's like 9 foot long. The guy's had it on there for a long time, and I've offered him a lot of lowball prices. I'm probably going to have to come up to in order to get it, but I think I could buy it if I wanted to, just because he's going to have a hard time selling it. I'm about the only person in Iowa that could probably buy it. It would take up a lot of room, but I think it would be a really great like community pleco tank. So that would be like a big, major, like awesome deal. It would just be cool. It would be hard to film because, I mean, think about 9 foot long. Like I think it's like 6 foot wide. You know, I mean, like it is huge. So it'd be really, really hard to film all the way across it because you'd have to have all kinds of caves and rocks and wood and all kinds of different stuff. But it would also be nice to set up like a, you know, like a 20-gallon long with some hypancistris, you know, some type of pleco and that, you know, I mean, I don't have any meat-eating plecos, and I think that'd be really cool. It'd make for another really good pleco versus food video too. So, yep, great question though. Thank you. Let's see here. Mob Guppy says, here's a question. What brand of algae wafers do you use? Oh my gosh. I always just get the cheap Walmart version. Golly. Let me look it up here really quick. I know I can tell by the name of the package or the picture and everything. Algae wafers. Walmart. And I don't feed those very often. You know, it ends up being like once every 2 weeks or something like that. They are the... that's not them. That's not them. It's not the Tetra ones. It's the ones that you can get out at Walmart, and it's not the Hikari. I've never seen the Hikari ones at my Walmart. Hang on just a second and I'll go grab them. They're out on my dining room table, so I'll be right back. Alright, I found them. They are the Tetra pleco wafers. Like I said, I don't feed them very often. I do it like a rotation type thing. And actually, I've been feeding as a go-to food for all my plecos and shrimp here lately on the days when they don't eat veggies is like the North Fin kelp wafers. Man, they love those things. And the nice thing about it is the tanks that have the fry in them, the fry loves them. So Stephen Law is here. What is up, Stephen? Nice to see you. Welcome to the live stream. John Bedker says, I've had fish spawn in a tank without me knowing it. Then I moved the parents, leaving the tank empty. Then like 4 weeks later, I found like 100 fry that I didn't even know were in there. Yeah, definitely. Jeff, stop watching the clock, please. I'm really far behind, ain't I? Let's see here. Let's see. When my L46 finally decided to breed, I'll let you know. Nice. Groomer Girl says, thanks, Jeffro. Don't have the moss, but we'll grow some extra plants from an... Grab some extra plants and the parents are pulled out. Okay, cool. Lumpy Dog says, found the old electric coffee grinder. I made fry and shrimp food using some omnivore pellets, tetragranules, and freeze-dried brine shrimp. Worked like a charm. Awesome, man. I took a bunch of duckweed one time and dried it out in my dehydrator, and then I took some Shrimp King food. Like, I bought one of those packets that had all kinds of different Shrimp King food in it, and I took all of those and mixed them together and ground them up in a coffee grinder, and then I put all of the duckweed in there as well, and then I rehydrated it and put it into like a great big wide rectangle, really flat, on some wax paper, and then I dehydrated it again, and my shrimp loved that. It was really awesome, and it was like 99% duckweed, but they loved it. All right, we are at the bottom of the chat. If I missed any questions, pop it in there again and put a at Jeffroz FishKeeping on there. Yeah, Peter, on this episode of In Search of Algae Wafers. Yeah, they're good. I mean, everything likes them too. Like my shrimp like them, my plecos like them, even my libears. And these are made with zucchini. I just evidently never knew that, but these are made with zucchini, so. But they're just like on a rotation. Like whenever I'm just walking in and grabbing in the food to see what I want to feed them for the day, I just kind of take a look and see what I got to feed, and then every once in a while they get them. The other day I fed some and I was like, wow, I haven't fed these in a long time. They're eating the heck out of it. So, Sean Crabtree says, what is your filter media of choice for bacterial growth? In most of my tanks I have hang on the backs and sponge filters, and then I use like intake sponges on every one of my hang on the backs that have like shrimp or libears in them, which is most of my tanks. And then in the bottom there's a sponge. I'll do like a sponge, and then I'll do some filter floss, and then on top of that I'll do like ceramic bio rings, and that's what I do in 99.9% of them. And then like I've got 3 Hamburg Matten filter tanks. Yeah, so yep, sponge filters are great. I pretty much put a sponge, I think I have a sponge filter in every tank actually. Yep, John says I use AquaClear 70 sponges in all my hang on the backs. Yep, that one is a great size. And then I also use either that size, or if I've got some 50s, you can buy a great big bag of those on Amazon for nearly nothing, and you can use that as your intake sponge as well. I just take my pocket knife and just stick it down in the middle and just kind of work it back and forth until it's about the depth that I want to slide it up on my intake. And speaking of pocket knife, I don't know if you guys, and this is not sponsored of course, but I don't know if you guys, anybody in the chat has Benchmade knives, but I bought this Benchmade knife about 2 years ago, and it was really expensive. They're made in Washington somewhere, maybe it's Oregon, I can't remember, one of the two, but it is an awesome knife. But I got it dull by accident. I was unloading a semi-truck full of aluminum wheelchair ramps, and I thought they had plastic straps around them, and I had my knife and I was just wheeling on it as hard as I could, and it was metal straps, and I really messed up my blade really bad. But since you pay a lot for this knife, they offer a lifetime sharp warranty, and you just pay the shipping there, and they take your knife apart. They replaced all the springs, they tuned it back up, and they also factory sharpened it, and I just got it back today. It took like 3 weeks for them to do it, but that's a really good service. I mean, for life, all I have to do is pay $5 to mail it to them, and then they will take it all back to factory, and then they go through it. They take it completely apart and clean the components on the inside. They changed all my springs, my tensioners, everything, and I mean, it is sharp as it was the day that I bought it, so pretty proud about that. Benchmade knives are expensive, but man, I felt so naked without it over the last 3 weeks. All right, Allison Chains is here. What is up, Allison? Welcome to the live stream. Tampa Tom says, Jeffro, if you could only do one fishing or fish keeping, oh God, it would have to be fish keeping. And you know, that brings up a point. This year I really got heavy into the YouTube scene, and I really got heavy on the tanks. My MTS over last winter really blew up, and I did not fish this entire year. I have not fished in 2018. So yeah, last year I was making fishing videos and I was fishing every day. I mean, at 3 o'clock, if I was caught up for work, I was fishing every single day. I mean, I fished probably 4 years worth of fishing last year. But this year, I have not fished at all. So that answers your question right there, Tampa Tom. It would probably be fish keeping. Okay. Charlie says intake sponges are a must. Yep, even on the tanks that I try to do an hang on the back without an intake sponge, because maybe right now I don't have any fry in there, or I don't have any shrimp in there. Your plants start getting wound up in it. Your snails get up in there. Your dirt gets up in there and gets all clogged up and clogs up the tube. So those intake sponges are awesome, and they're cheap. I just buy a great big bag off of Amazon of the Aqua Clear replacement sponges, either the 50s or the 70s. They're dirt cheap, and they look white for a while, but after a while they turn dark and they kind of stain. And yep. So let's see here. Gerald is here. Gerald Wallace is here. Benchmade is good stuff. I knew about the warranty. Nice to know they honor it. They do. The one thing that you have to do is you have to go to their website and print off a warranty form, and you have to make a login, and you have to put in what model your knife is, when you bought it, yada yada yada, and then you take that warranty form and you wrap it around your knife, and then you take it up to the post office, and you got to tell them there's a knife in there and everything, you know, and then you mail it to them. And that was 3 weeks ago. It would have been 3 weeks Friday, and it came today, so a little under 3 weeks, and I mean, it is sharp as a razor blade. JH Aquatics is here. What is up, Joseph? He says, hola, what is up, man? Nice to see ya. Please, no naked on the live stream. Oh boy, Lumpy Dog's at it again. Yep, it's the best pocket knife I've ever owned, and I'm not trying to I don't know, it's not like no sales pitch or anything, but like, I use this thing every day, and now that I got it back, I haven't even used it since I got it back. I felt it, and it's just sharp as can be. But like, it almost makes me want to not make it my everyday carry anymore, because I want to keep it just perfectly sharp, but I know it's going to be my everyday carry. And another thing they also did is they took the clip off and they replaced all the screws, and they also bent it back where the tension is tighter, so now it doesn't slide off my pocket as easy. I got the idea of this knife from the YouTuber Wrangler Star, and I've been subscribed to Wrangler Star for a long time, when he was like down in the teens of thousands. Now he's up over 1 million, but he's had numerous ones of these, and he kept on losing them, and he kept on saying he would never get another one, he'd never get another one, but every time he found one, he had to get it. And he was talking about how he uses it as a tool, a screwdriver, a prier, and it has never let him down, and it is the truth. This thing is bulletproof. So I'm sure all you fish gals on here love hearing about my knife. Let's see here. Allison Chain says, shopping for Benchmade knives now. Smiley face. Oh man, let's see here. Sean Crabtree says, I currently run hang on the back with intake sponge and sponge filter. Just wondering if there was a certain brand of media that was better than China ceramic rings. Thinking about Biomax by Fluval. Yeah, I've never gotten into the expensive stuff. I usually always buy the cheap Amazon stuff, I look at it this way, like it's ceramic. It has a lot of surface on it. It's never let me down, and you know, I think it was Joel from Corvus Oskin did a video on it a while back, and he talked about how it's kind of a lot of the same stuff, the ceramic media anyhow. And yeah, you can buy for like $8, you can get like 4 or 5 bags of it, you know. But I don't know. I know that unless I have a problem ever with mine, I probably won't change it. Prolific Breed is here. Wow, what is up, man? Nice to see you, buddy. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I keep losing my knives and flashlight. Yeah, right before I sent this one to the manufacturer, I lost it for like 24 hours, and I was just sick. I was just sick, and what had happened is on my seatbelt, it got hooked on my seatbelt in my van and fell down in between the seat and the console, and luckily I found it. But I was sick, man. Oh my gosh, because it is a $200 pocket knife, you know, so it's significant. I will probably not buy another one if I lose it. I just felt like doing something for myself. I don't know if it was I'd gotten some Christmas money. I mean, when you get my age and you're single, nobody ever buys you gifts, you know. Your kids hardly ever get you anything, you know, and it's just like, I mean, my mom always gets me something, but I had some spending money, and I think it was a couple of years ago now, and yeah, I paid the $200 for it, but it is a great knife, but I was sick. Bob from Steamthought Aquatics, I thought he said he was back, but maybe I read that wrong. Okay, he says hello. Oh, hi again, Bob. Brandon says, okay. But I think he did say, yeah, he said back. Oh, let's see here. Do not use a knife as a screwdriver. I have a very nasty scar on one of my fingers because a knife is not a screwdriver. Yep. I grew up in a home where my dad's hands were just cut up. My dad was a butcher, and I've been pretty fortunate to not cut myself because of seeing the way my dad's hands were. I mean, he was always cutting himself. About the worst one that I had recent years is a die grinder. I got crazy with the die grinder on my Jeep Wrangler one night, and it slipped off. I don't have the guard on it because I was running a big blade, and that's a no-no. That right there is really bad. But yeah, I hear you, Tom. I hear you. Punchy says, I was throwing a pocket knife when I was a teenager, didn't let go in time, and now have a good scar above my eyebrow. Wow. Yep, that is not good. Candy says, aw, going to have to buy Jeff Christmas presents. Don't feel like you need to buy me no Christmas presents. Shots fired. Dank's like, shots fired at your kids. No, what it is like, you've got a 12-year-old kid. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, they try to do little things, but it's not nothing like, you know what I mean? Like, gifts are gifts, you know, but like, yeah, it is what it is. The older you get, you just get to where you don't get gifts, I guess, is how my life is turning out. Bob says, I was here when you started. Yeah, I saw you. I just didn't know you ever left. Bluefish Aquatics is here. What is up, Bluefish Aquatics? Yo, Jeffroz from the almost frozen north. Well, welcome to the live stream, man. Nice to see you here. And we do this on Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and also Saturday at the same time. So if you ever get bored and want to get on a live stream, come on over. Allison Chains says, I knocked a knife I knocked a knife off my kitchen counter and it stuck in my calf. That's my knife story. Oh my God. I would have to say my knife story is, since my dad was a butcher, he gave me millions of knives over the years. Every time he got me a gift, it was a knife. And I've got a bunch. But I would have had to have been like 6 or 7, and he gave me a pocket knife, and it was a lock blade, and I'd never had a lock blade before, and he told me not to ever open it unless he was around. Well, of course, I opened it, and I couldn't get it closed, and I can remember banging on that thing with a hammer trying to get it shut. Kind of messed it up a little bit, but I had it hidden in my sock drawer, and my mom found it. But and then one time, the only time I've really cut myself, but I didn't really cut myself, I cut my pants really good with a box knife at a grocery store when I was in high school. M. Howie9 says Jeff's going to get a boatload of knives for Christmas now. Better ask you for money to buy a gift. Oh yeah, I know. That's probably what I should do. Mortal Slayer 82 says, did you figure out what's going on Saturday? Nope. Let's see, it was Wednesday night's live stream. No. Saturday night's live stream. Joel showed up from Corpus Oskin, and he's like, anybody going to Minnesota? And I said, well, the only thing that I've seen online is the Thursday night thing, and I can't really go to the Thursday night thing because I would have to bring my kids with me, and it would be a late night back, and they got school Friday. And he said, well, it's Friday and Saturday too. Well, then Monday on his live stream, he acted like he didn't know anything about Friday and Saturday. So then I reached out to Corey, and Corey said he knew nothing about anything going on in Minnesota. So I guess I'm not going to be coming, buddy, because I can't make it for the Thursday night. John Bedker says, my sister cut my finger off with a seed spreader when I was a kid. Stuck my finger in one of the holes. Then she threw the lever. Oh my gosh. Ugh. That's crazy. That is crazy. My dad told me a story one time that his mom's brother, or his mom cut her brother's toe off with the axe. She was chopping wood on a big log, so they would put the splitting wood on top of the log, and she was chopping it, and he went over there and he's like, I bet you won't cut my toe off. And she cut his toe off with the axe. It's like, whoa. Pam says, I gave my brother a slingshot and the band broke and cut him on his forehead. Yeah, that reminds me, my daughters, you know those old exercise elastic band things that had the little handles on the end of it? They were laying on the floor and they were stretching them out. Like one daughter had one and the other daughter had the other, and my youngest daughter let go, and it got my oldest daughter in the eye, and she was probably like preteen, like 12 or 13, somewhere under there, and she couldn't see for a couple of days. We had to go to the doctor and everything over it. It was scary. I didn't play very many lawn darts, Allison. Yeah, Adrian Castillo is in the house. What is up? He says, isn't this a fish channel, not a knife channel? Yep, you never know what we're going to talk about. We're talking about cutting people and everything. Yeah, Mortal Slayer 82, that's exactly what I thought too, because while they're there, they're going to go to a lot of fish stores, and also they're going to go to different homes and stuff like that and do fish room tours. Like I think they're going to try to go to King Lee's and stuff like that. So I could go to that, but I'm not going to try to snoop into that either. Like, you know, it's just one of those things where I'm not going to be like, yeah, let me go along with you guys on your fish room tours. You know what I mean? So I don't have anything going this weekend, but I think you're right, Mortal Slayer. Yep. Candy says, where has this discussion gone? LOL. Ouch, ouch. Yeah, no kidding. I shot my truck once. It peed me off. Oh boy. Oh boy, Charlie. I've never been that mad at my trucks. Let's see here. Tampa Tom, Jeffro, what's your favorite plant? Wow, that's hard to answer. I really, really, really love my crypt plants. Like I've got crypt Wendites and crypt lutea, and both of those are at like the 8-month mark. Well, one of them's like a little over a year old, but I've split off of it numerous times. It's one nice thing about it is you can split off of it. You probably almost never had to buy another one ever again. But they're really getting pretty full and nice. But if you guys saw the video that I made Monday, I got a bunch of Anubias, and I love those Anubias plants. They are so nice. And I've got them planted in my aquariums now and stuff, and oh my god, they just add that extra little pop. They just really, that's one way to say about Anubias. They pop, and they're a real strong green. I love Anubias plants, and that one was like Anubias freak package. You know, it had 6 different Anubias plants, and just really, really cool. So that's a hard one though, because I love all plants. Like, gosh, the unboxing that Bob did the other day, I was like, I want every one of those plants. But I couldn't find a lot of them on Kyle's website, and the ones that I did want were out of stock. So, and then I went to Lucas's and looked at his site, and I couldn't really pinpoint because he's got like a special, you know, page for his specials, I guess you'd say, for plants, and didn't really find anything that I really, really wanted to pull the trigger on. Tampa Tom asks, Jeffro, Anubias on wood. Every one of my Anubias plants I have attached to some type of wood, except for like 3 of the new Anubias. 3 of the new ones that I got of the 6, I was able to like prop some of the roots in between like a rock or something like that, you know, to where the rhizome is kind of above and can get real good flow, but the roots are going down towards the gravel and stuff, but it's kind of hidden. So all you see is the plant coming off of the rhizome and just barely the rhizome. But yeah, you can just get a little dab of that gel super glue and right onto the wood, and they do really good. I've got an Anubias Nana Petite in this tank, and that's the only Anubias I'd kept until I got these. Yeah, Bob says out of stock because I bought them all. LOL, yeah, you dog. You did. That's what I thought too. I was like, dang, those all look so good. And all he's doing is just, I don't know what I'll do with this one. You know, he's like plant rich. Ugh. Let's see here. Lumpy Dog says, try explaining to the DEA that all the cannabis sativa plants are emerged aquarium plants. Yeah, whatever. John Bedker says, did you super glue it? Yep, like 3 of them. Well, 4 of my Anubias plants out of like the 7 are super glued. Yep, just a little bit on the roots. Try to stay away from the rhizome and try not to get all of the roots. I don't know that that necessarily matters too much, but I always try to just, you know, dab a little super glue on the wood, and then hold the root structure kind of close to the rhizome, and then just spray it with some water, and it kind of spreads out a little bit, and it holds on to them really good. And then after a while they get to where they kind of just, the roots kind of get to stick into the wood a little bit. So the middle of cussing, I was laughing, and he turned around and glared at me. Yeah, I bet you he did. Good grief. Betsy Cummings bought me one of Lucas's huge crypt mats he was selling. Yeah, those, I've got probably like 8 of those plants, but mine are still down at like the, they're probably like 8 inches now. His look like they're like 16 inches, you know. He calls his golden, I think golden Wendites or something like that, or bronze. I think he calls his bronze, and that's what mine are. But yeah. Punchy says, that is so awesome, Candy. I am so jelly. Yep. Okay, we are at the 1 hour mark. Make for sure and check out tomorrow's video. I'm really proud of tomorrow's video. I haven't ever made a top 5 video before, and I thought I would try one, and I'd been thinking about it for a long time, but the reason why I hadn't is because I really wanted to be able to be the one to film the actual plecos. I've seen a few of them out there, and it's just like some pictures and talking about it. I haven't ever kept this one, yada yada yada, but the video that's up tomorrow is my top 5 favorite plecos. The list could have been bigger. There could have been some other ones in there if I had a chance to film them, but out of the 5 that I've had a chance to film, tomorrow's video, it's just a little over 6 minutes long, 6.5 minutes long, something like that. My top 5 favorite plecos. Make sure and show that thing some love. It's a good watch. I mean, at the end of it, it just feels like, whoa, I want more, you know. That's how I felt anyhow. So make sure and check that out. Everybody that can, try to get over to Dan's Fish live stream right after this. He goes live right after me. I did not see that it was scheduled, so don't be mad at me if he's not. I have not seen that it was scheduled, so he usually always does, and I didn't see that he wasn't. But anyhow, have a great rest of the week. Thanks to everyone that showed up tonight. We had a great live stream tonight. Stop back here Saturday night, the same time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will do it again. Peace out, y'all.